Well, hello. Today is July 5th, and I know I haven't filmed in a while. Life has been absolutely crazy. I am in a different part of my room today because I just realized that's the nasty blanket. um, because my room that I film in is still a mess. For me reorganizing and switching closets around, I had to pull everything. I decided, so I'm in my guest room right now, and next door is the office, and there's a walk-in closet in there, and then this one is just a sliding closet door. And so I decided that I wanted to switch the closets around because this closet's easier to get into than the walk-in closet, because the walk-in one is just like a little square. So I had home decor in here, crafts in there. I'm moving crafts in here and the home decor in there. But to do so, I have to pull everything out of one closet and move everything from that closet in here, and then I can move the stuff from here into that closet. So right now everything from that closet is on the bed. So, and it's a mess. I've got quite a bit to throw out, but the closet itself is looking pretty good right now. So that's why I'm here. This is where I organize my floss. And so I love these things. They're like 40 bucks each on Amazon. You need about 8 of them for all the DMC colors. I think there's 64 drawers in each one. Yeah, so I'm thinking I may get another one for like all my like specialty threads, like Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, all that kind of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. One step at a time. I gotta get this figured out first. So other than that, we went to Omaha to see my sister, take care of her kids while she went out of town. That was a lot of fun, except my niece, my 4-year-old niece, she, her eardrum ruptured one morning, and so we got her on some antibiotic ear drops. But the poor thing, like her ear was just like constantly draining. Like it was just a constant stream of fluid, clear, tinged with red sometimes, tinged yellow sometimes. So she acted normal. Like she didn't seem like she was in any amount of pain or anything. She didn't have a fever, like, but when my sister got home, she took her to the doctor. She had a double ear infection with the ruptured eardrum. So poor thing was just, yeah, we wouldn't let her swim. So that was a big sticking point, but she understood. She was really understanding about that. She's pretty mature for a 4-year-old actually. But she's the youngest of 5, and she's spoiled, and we all absolutely love her because she's just such a sweetheart. But anyway, so my how old is she? 11-year-old niece. She heard her sister's eardrum rupture. They were laying together in bed in a quiet room, and this girl has like super hearing. She can hear everything. And apparently like it was like this like kind of squealy sound and then a pop, and yeah, I was like, how in the world? And then I was sitting there talking to them, and Palmer like kept like, you know, the 4-year-old kept like touching her ear, you know, and like, you know, she's like, make it stop, you know. Addie was like, I can hear her ear popping. I'm like, how in the world do you hear her ear popping? It's the craziest thing. This girl's hearing is insane. So I'm glad I learned that now. I didn't know that. It took me 11 years to learn that. So anyway, so that's just kind of been life. Another reason I haven't been filming is because my sleep has been so messed up lately. I've been having crazy insomnia. Like I will go to bed around, you know, 10, 11, my normal bedtime, and then I'll wake up around 1, fall asleep for 45 minutes, wake up again. That keeps going until about 4 o'clock when my body's just like, you've got to get up. So I've been getting up at 4, been up for a couple of hours, and then going back to bed and sleeping until like 9 or 10. I'm using magnesium, like magnesium droplets. I'm on an allergy pill prescribed to me by my doctor, which usually knocks me out. I noticed my legs were hurting, so I started taking potassium. Yeah, so I do have a CPAP because I can't breathe through my nose. Where, you know, normal people's nasal passage is shaped like this. Mine's kind of collapsed in on itself and is shaped like that. So I've had surgery to try to kind of open things up a little bit. They fixed a deviated septum. They made like little cartilage braces in my nostrils to kind of open things up, but I still need a CPAP for it. So I just got a new hose, so hopefully that will help. But right now, like, I cannot figure it out, and we're coming up on week 3 of this going on. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to get that figured out soon. Okay. And I've been having issues with swallowing too. Like, I don't know. It's weird. So anyway, let's get into stitching, shall we? I just got a notice saying that my order from Heartland Quilting and Stitching just shipped. Okay, I have an FFO and an FO. So, you know what? I'm going to show you my FO first. Guys, I finally finished it. My April Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks. I stitched this on, I believe this is 32 count Edinburgh linen, dyed by me. Yes, look how pretty it is. I was gonna try to FFO this, but I was like, I've got to just like get this finished, or, you know, show this to you guys. See, I can't even, like, my cognition is just like ridiculous. But anyway, so there it is. This was a lot of fun to stitch. I did kind of put a bit of pressure on myself to get it done because I just needed an FO. But yeah, I have a frame for it already. I just haven't like cut it and put it in the frame because it's this weird like kind of shape. But hopefully next week I'll have that FFO'd for you. That leads me to, I finished it, which means I'm going to give away the pattern. So I'm going to do the giveaway at the beginning here. If you would like a chance to win this April Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I always get them in Cottage Garden samplings mixed up all the time. Then if you are on a device that allows you to drop an emoji, please drop me a spring emoji. If not, please use the word April in a comment. You know, let's try to not trigger all the bots and everything, so let's not use giveaway or win or anything like that. But just, you know, say something about the month of April in it, and I will get you entered to win this. I will pick a winner. This will be your only chance to enter to win this. I'll pick a winner next video. So please leave your comment, drop a like. You do need to be, oops, sorry. You do need to be 18 to enter. And I will ask for an age verification if you are picked to win. Because I'm not going to get in trouble for sending things to a minor. Sorry, guys. And what's the other thing? Oh, please live within the continental United States, please. I'd appreciate that, because that'll cut down shipping and will allow me to do more of these, you know, if I don't have to, you know, spend $1 million on shipping, especially since I got a notice saying that Postal Service is raising their rates by about 51% for some services. So we'll see. But anyway, would love it to give this away. Now, the one that spurred this whole closet switching things is my FFO. I FFO'd my March Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I started this one, oh, actually, I don't know. I started this one last summer, I think. But I decided that, you know, because I wanted to FFO the April one, I had this one sitting in a box. I was like, I need to just do it. So I got it done. I love it. This is just trim from Hobby Lobby, and then I went and got some picks and cut off the blossoms, and then just glued it onto this little, it's got a little easel back and a little hanger, which I'm gonna put this on my little shoe rack thing in my living room and have that kind of be the designated spot for these cottages. So yeah, this thing was $6.49. I did not get this on sale because I wanted to just get it done, so I paid full price for it. But I love it. I think it's fun. So once I find this pattern, I will give it away. I went looking for it, could not find it, so I tore my craft closet apart, and that's when I was like, I might as well just move these closets now since I've been wanting to do it. So still haven't found the pattern. Once I find it, I'll put it up for giveaway. Alrighty, so let's talk about June WIP Go. I did not do a lot. My 2 WIP Go pieces were my seasonal Quaker, which is made up of the Quakers from Primrose Cottage. We have Spring Quaker, Summer Quaker, Autumn Quaker, and Winter Quaker. And I don't think I have any before pictures of these, so sorry about that. I'm like super disorganized right now. But I am stitching this on 32 count Belfast linen in Tycho by Pictures Plus. I worked a little bit on spring. I finished this little thing right here. Brought, I believe, this down and started on, there's going to be a medallion. This medallion here. So not much progress, but that's what I got. So if you watched my videos before, you know that I'm doing this, all 4 of them on a large piece of fabric, and I'm going to do spring, summer, autumn, winter. And the original plan was to do one of these a year in different colors. I don't know if I'll end up doing that, so, but that's where that one is. It's fun to stitch on, and I'm doing the different seasons in different shades. So I'm doing spring in 613, summer in 612, autumn in 611, and winter in 610. So very, very neutral colors. But I think they go together beautifully. See, this is why I don't film standing up, because I keep dropping stuff. Okay. So then my other WIP Go piece was Santa's House by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is number 1 in the Fabulous House series. And I'm working right in here. Where is it? I did a slight color conversion with the reds. Nothing that anybody would notice, really. Made the reds a little bit darker. This one is a 30, actually I think this is a 28 count, maybe a 32 count linen that I got from my LNS. So don't know, don't know who made it, don't know the color, nothing. But I filled in the little medallions up there, the roof. I believe I already had the white in, and then started bringing down the browns here. So not a ton of progress on that either. But the reason why I don't have a lot of progress on either of those is because I have been doing Catherine Stitch's birthday sale. We are stitching Birthday Cake by Carolyn Manning. And I'm doing mine on 32 count linen by Grace Notes in the color Aqua Fresca. And here's what I have so far. I have cropped it. So I took about, I think that much out all around because I wanted it to fit on this piece of fabric. So here's what I have so far. I'm not stitching the white, I'm just leaving that. Goodness, I don't like, I'm not getting any true colors here. Let's see if I can. Okay, we'll try that. So usually oops, nope, this way, so I can get the, is that too much? So I can get the natural light in here. So I'm not stitching any of the white. This should all be white in here. And I'm not stitching that because I wanted the fabric to show through. But it leaves these weird empty spaces here and like here. And I think there's gonna be one right here. So I'm thinking about taking this yellow and bringing it and making little diamonds there. I'm gonna finish it first and see what or how I like it. And then maybe I'll add the yellow or not. I have no idea how many stitches this is because I trimmed it. I do know that I have a little over 20,000 left to go. I'm trying to finish this by my birthday. We started on her birthday, which was, I believe, June 6th. I'm trying to finish it by my birthday, which is September 10th. I don't think I'm gonna make it because in order to do so, I need to stitch 244 stitches a day. And I just went like 2 weeks without touching it at all. So we'll see, but that's the plan. And be nice to have a finish on my birthday rather than a start. So I don't know if you can see my messy room. I don't like that. So anyway, that's where that is. What just fell? I don't know. Then I've also been, my nephew, he's gonna be 10 this year, asked me to crochet him a blanket. He wanted a big blanket. And so I started crocheting him this blanket here. I am using, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby in the color, I think it's Deep Sea Dive. He picked it out, but I have a good chunk of it done. It's gonna be 50 by 60. I have 50 inches across. Now, oh my goodness, that scared me. Whew. I think that was just a dog hair. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I hope that wasn't a spider. Sorry, 1 second. I gotta make sure this isn't a spider. Okay, we're good. It's just a clump of dog hair. But anyway, so I've got 50 by I guess probably 24. But every time I stitch this, I get a massive migraine. And I think it's just because it's so huge and so heavy that I just can't do it. So I hate this, but I'm gonna have to unravel all this. And I decided that I'm going to make it using granny squares. I already told him that I was gonna have to restart it, and I started making little granny squares. I still need to block them, start putting them together. I have probably, I don't know, 12 of them already. This is my first time doing granny squares, but I found a tutorial that I'll link below. And it's super easy, it's super fast. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna make a blanket of this. I hate that I wasted all this time, and I love this stitch. It's just a half double crochet into the back loop. So it gives it kind of this kind of ripple effect. But yeah, I just can't do it. I can't have these migraines because I'm crocheting a blanket. So, especially not when there's an alternative way of doing it. So I bought a yarn winder because my yarn is just like ridiculously out of control. It's not quite one that I saw on Facebook. It was a Facebook advertisement, but it's this electric one that just winds the yarn. I don't think it's quite caking. I don't know, maybe it is. I'm not super familiar with crochet terms, but anyway, so I'm gonna keep working on that. I'm gonna try to make a couple of these a day. And I think I decided that they needed to be oh goodness, I don't remember how many I needed. I need to measure them again because I think they're about 6 inches, maybe a little less, maybe 5 inches. If 5 inches. So if I do, yeah, that's what it is. So I need to do 10 by 11. So yeah, so keep working on that. Those are really simple to do once you kind of get the pattern down. So for July, this week, I'm going to keep working on birthday cake. I'm going to try to do, so before I was doing, on the weekends, I was doing an hour on each project a day. So, excuse me, or over the weekend. So what I'm going to do is my WIP Go stuff. I'm going to work on at least an hour a week, and plus birthday cake. And then I'm gonna spin the wheel for some more projects to try to work on, try to get a little bit more traction on stuff. This one I'm gonna work on an hour a day. Then my other WIP Go pieces were super excited about these actually. Emerald City by, I don't know, I'll put the designer down here because I don't remember. This one's so colorful. I absolutely love it. Look how beautiful it is. This is, I think, my second biggest piece. Maybe it's my biggest piece. I have the supersize possibilities by Walking Melons, charted by Heaven Earth Design. I don't know how this one compares to that, but I have one page done on this. Why did I fold this like this? I mean, look at how huge that is. So I have one page done on this. I think I may switch to extreme cross country on this. I don't know. How's that gonna work to fold that way? Because I've decided that I really like doing that. So, oh my goodness, this is a mess. I'll fold it better. But here's where I'm at. I did center start. And I'm working right in here. Lots of greens. Lots of greens, like every DMC green ever. This is on 25 count, easy count Lagana. Using the called for DMC. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. And I'm so excited that it got called for WIP Go. All right. Then my next one is my Korok. So if you're familiar with The Legend of Zelda, oh hey, my package is here. Oh, it's more organizational stuff. I can't remember what I would have gotten from FedEx, but I remembered that I had a FedEx package coming. What was I saying? Oh, so I'm going to be doing, I don't remember the name of this or who the designer is, but I'll put it up here. It is a Korok. My husband and his friend plays a game called Legend of Zelda, and there are these little creatures scattered all throughout the game that you have to find. There's like 900 of them, and you have to solve these puzzles to find them, and it's actually decently fun. I'll help him play it sometimes. They pop up and they say, "Yeah, haha, you found me." And then they give you their seed. You take it to this, he looks like a piece of broccoli. Like, his name is Hestu. And basically the story is that these Koroks, as children of the forest, are scattered all throughout the land, and they each took one of the seeds from his maracas. And so you have to go around and gather these seeds and you know, find these little guys. And they're super cute. And then you take them back to Hestu, and he puts them in his maracas and like expands your like weapon storage. And then at the end, he gives you a special prize for collecting all 900 of these little things, which it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He's done, there are 2 different installments of the game. It's Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And he's done it for both, and it's not worth it. but they're kind of fun to do. So anyway, so he and his friend, you know, are always talking about this game and playing it. And so I'm going to be stitching this Korok thing for them. So I've had it kitted up for forever. The colors are super cute. Like, it's gonna be a pretty quick stitch. The one for Phil, I'm stitching on this 32 count linen by Grace Notes in the color Sarah that I got with one of the Wordy Birds monthly clubs. That I wasn't too crazy about for, I believe this one came with March. I wasn't too crazy about it for Wordy Birds, but I love it for a Korok. It's kind of this like mottled olive-ish, a little brighter than olive-ish green. And so, yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I may change the colors for the one for my husband. I don't know, or I may just stitch them the same or similar. So there is that. So I'm going to try to have that one started and finished this month. Some other things that I'm going to work on is I'm going to work on, you know what, I'm going to save that actually. I'm going to save that for next video. I'm still going to work on it, but I'm going to save it. Okay, so now because I want to kind of get some traction on stuff, I'm going to spin the wheel and I'm going to pick some, so I duplicated my WIP wheel. And I'm going to spin the wheel. I totally accidentally just exited out of my thing. I'm going to spin the wheel, and then once I've worked an hour on a project, I'm going to take it off the wheel and just keep going until there's nothing left. So I'm going to spin 5 today. So number 1. Oh, hey. It's my Supersize the Possibilities. I'm going to have to go downstairs and grab that one. Okay, so I need to write these down because I'm going to spin and then I'm going to show the possibilities. If you are stitching this one is by Walking Melons, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. There is a whole Facebook group just dedicated to this project because it is huge. This is a supersized Max Colors edition. It is currently retired, which I'm glad that I got it before they retired it, because I think I bought it and then they retired it a couple months later. So glad that I just like broke down and bought it. It's one of those things where, and usually Hate announces when they're going to retire stuff, so that you can, you know, get on and get it if you want it before they retire it. I didn't see that announcement, so, but like if you see something on Etsy that you absolutely love, especially if it's kind of iffy on, you know, copyright issues, but you're just like in love with it, you'll want to go ahead and just buy it because there's a chance that it could disappear tomorrow. So, okay, so I'm going to go get the possibilities. Let's take that one off. All right. What do I do? St. Michael, okay. Okay. I have that one right here. You know what? I'll write these down and pull them and then show you. St. Michael. This thing's kind of heavy. Oh, this is a new start. This is, I think it's called Joyful Bunny, I think. Oh, I forgot to take St. Michael off of here. Okay. St. Michael. Where's Joyful? Okay. Joyful. Okay, that's 3, 2 more. I probably should have gone through and made sure that I have everything on here. Oh, okay, my May Cottage of the Month. That's one that I was gonna take to Germany that I pulled the floss and everything for and then walked out of the house without the actual project. one more. Oh, and I forgot to take May off there. Oh, now we're going back to Santa's house. Okie dokie then. All right, let me grab those. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start with the possibilities. Like I said, this is by Walking Melons, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Supersized max colors. So it's huge, but I'm doing an upper left hand corner start, and here's my start. Not a ton, not sure how many stitches this is, but I may finish with the, keep going with the black here. I'm really hoping that these colors aren't like washing out. I started going with some green in here, but I think I'm gonna just like keep going with the black because there's so much black in this one. So that's that one. And look at this thing. This piece of fabric, I am 5'4", almost 5'4". The fabric is touching the ground. This is probably a little over 4.5 foot piece of fabric. Huge. And it's going to take up most of it. So, don't know what I'll do with it when I'm done with it, but and no idea how long it's going to take me to do. It's going to take forever. Okay. Next is St. Michael Vanquishes Satan. This one is an old painting by Raphael, and this is a crop version of it. You've got the devil down here getting ready to be vanquished. But my husband saw this one, asked me to stitch it. I took this to Good Life Farm WV on Etsy, and they charted it for me. I had to restart it because I really screwed up with my counting. So I decided it was just better to restart it. Oh, possibilities. I can't remember if I said I'm doing that on 25 easy count Lugana. This one is 16 count Ada. The color To the Khaki or Stone. This was my WIP Go piece for March, I think. And no, maybe it was May, because I think I had it in Germany. And I made a decent amount of progress for having to restart it. So try to get some more progress on that. Okay, Joyful, whatever this one's called. If that's not the name, I'll put it down here. Don't know who the designer is, don't remember, I'll put it down here as well. I got on Etsy. I don't think I introduced myself when we started. My name is Joy. So I love joyful stuff. I'm going to be stitching this on, I've never done a count this high before. This is a 46 count linen in the color Oat Bristol by Zweigart. I got this in at Hobby Lobby. So it's like, it's a very natural color with a tiny hint of like kind of pinkish, very warm kind of natural color. So I'm gonna try this. We'll see. But the colors are gorgeous, very neutral. So super excited about starting this one. I was hoping I'd be able to. Alright, and then my May Cottage of the Month. This was one of the ones that I started all the Cottage of the Months for Flossmas. 12 Days of Flossmas. And there it is, gorgeous. I am stitching this on a 28 count casual linen and chrysalis by Pictures Plus. So it's kind of a greenish color. And here we are. So hopefully I'll get some good progress on this one as well. And is that, no, one more. Santa's house. You just saw Santa's house, but I will show you again. Number 1 in the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. And here's where we're starting. So, all right, I'm going to do an hour on birthday cake. And then I'll probably work on Santa's house after that. No, I'm sorry, I'm gonna work on Emerald City. Try to get some progress on that. And then I will come back with an update. Well, hello, here I am with an update. Today is Wednesday, July 16th. It has been a long week, let me tell you. And I haven't been feeling good the past few days, so I'm just gonna go through this, try to get it done quickly because I know this video is already at like 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. But I do have some haul along with my progress to show you. So the first thing I want to show you is Emerald City. Here's a reminder of what it looks like. So I started in the middle, and but then I was like, I don't like working from the middle. I really want to go back up to the upper left hand corner. So the way that this imported into Markup RXP was so weird. Like the graph was off, so I had to adjust the graph, and it was just sorry, it's like sprinkling in a little bit. I have the window open because it's so stuffy up here. But anyway, so it was so difficult to the point where I'm thinking about re-importing the chart, because I also got, the chart has an overlap on it, which is fine, except for the fact that the cells in the overlap didn't import. And no matter how many times I move the graph, and it's just being a pain right now. I went to Markup RXP Facebook group. That was no help. Their advice was re-import the chart, which is going to screw up all my counts and everything, because I started this back in 2020. Maybe it was 2023. It was several years ago at this point. And I almost think that I want accurate counts, as opposed to that overlap. I can just stitch the overlap. I can't mark them off, but I've counted, and with the overlap, I still have 10 by 10. So I think I may just keep going with that. The reason why I tell you that is because I pulled out my 310, because the way that I start it is first, sell one by one, whatever color that is what I start with. Well, in this chart, that happens to be 310. So there's a ton of 310, of course. So I went up and I graphed, like, I went through and I went from the middle where I was, and I graphed all the way up and all the way over until I got to the upper left hand corner there. So this is all 310 here. This is where the overlap is between page 1 and 2. So I may just go through and stitch the overlap This is another color that started in the overlap there. I don't know. This is gonna kind of be a pain to do. And I hope that I don't get discouraged with it because this is such a giant chart. This is my second largest, and it's only second largest by like 30,000 stitches, something like that. Maybe it's 10,000, I don't know, I'd have to look. But anyway, this is WIP Go. I'll keep working on this for the rest of the month. But I managed to do all this, plus all the graphing, which took hours as well. So, next is my other WIP Go piece, the Korok. Just as a reminder, this is what it looks like. I'm stitching 2 of these. I decided that I'm going to do a recolor of it for one. So I'm gonna stitch one as is and then one the recolor. I started on the recolor. I am stitching this on 32 count linen by Grace Notes, and the color is Sarah. And I got the outline of the little guy done. So super adorable. This actually went pretty quickly, and yeah, it's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, which is actually good. So yeah, I need to fill him in. He has these little berries on sticks and then the words, "Yeah, haha, you found me." So I'm doing the regular colors, or no, I'm sorry, this is the recolor on the green fabric. I'm going to do more autumn colors with this one. So I went through and I pulled up a picture of the autumn leaf kind of colored ones, which I'll put right here. I have to point because that reminds me to actually put in the picture. And then, so these are the colors I picked for it. So yeah, so I think that'll look good. And then on the regular one, the green one, I am going to do another Grace Notes linen that I got with the Wordy Birds monthly, what's it called? The monthly Wordy Birds Club from Heartland Quilting and Stitching. Sorry for the crinkling, but I'm going to use almond milk, which it's a little bit more peachy than it's showing up. I'd actually love it if it was actually the color that it's coming up on. Do you guys hear that music? I live near a Space Force base, and every day at 5 o'clock they play, I don't think it's taps, I think taps is at 10. But I think it's like end of business kind of. Anyway, I don't think they play the national anthem. But anyway, so I'm gonna do the regular colors on this one. So that is my plans for that, and it should actually be a pretty quick stitch. I just need to sit down and do it. I've been working on my craft closet, which I'm not going to show you right now because I have junk all over the place. But I've been caking all my yarn. I got that yarn winder, and I've been caking all my yarn, and there is so much yarn, but it fits so much better in my storage now that it's all caked. So I just have one skein left to go. Well, 1.5, because I actually just found this. I was doing a baby blanket, and yeah, so I need to I'm gonna unravel all this because I can't do this anymore. I talked about this earlier. So I'll do granny squares in this. And then I will, yeah, and so I'll wind this and put this in there. Okay, next, birthday cake. As a reminder, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, well, that too. This is where I was, and this is my progress for the week. So I actually haven't done anything on this for several days, but like, look, I got a little bit of orange in there, a little bit more of the pale pink. So yeah, it's coming along. So I don't think I'm gonna have it done in time for my birthday unless I like just do like a week of this exclusively. I don't know, we'll see. But next is St. Michael. Here's what it's gonna look like. Upper left-hand corner. Here is where it was. This, okay, now we're getting into my hour stitching. So these one, all these, I spent an hour stitching on these, and they're gonna go back into the bin until they get spun to get pulled out again. So here is where we're at. I went in and I was working on a gray, I think, and so I just started filling in some gray. So not a ton of progress, but enough, I think. So that was an hour. All right. Next is Santa's house. As a reminder, oh, this thing's got all bent. I apologize for whoever wins this when I finally finish it. As a reminder, this is what's going to look like. I keep saying what it's supposed to look like, like it's not gonna look like how it's supposed to. Here's where it was an hour ago. And here is where I am now. I actually got a decent amount done on this. So I filled in these two lines here. Now these two lines are supposed to go all the way up to the top row there. You see where that, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Look, and I'm missing a stitch up there too. Wow. Was I stitching this in my sleep? What? Goodness gracious, I don't know what's going on here. Well, anyway, so then I came down, started filling in the doorway. Oh, whatever. I know you guys have all had those days where you stitch something, you put a lot of effort into it, and then you go back and look at it, and you're like, was I drunk when I stitched that? What happened? So, anyway, okay. So that was number 2. Number 3. Hold on. I'm missing one. Oh, possibilities. I didn't grab that one. Okay, I will insert a picture because I really don't want to go downstairs and grab it. So just as a reminder, this is what possibilities is supposed to look like. Here is where I started. And here is after an hour of stitching. I didn't get a ton done. I got, I think a couple of rows done. But it was just black, just, you know, row at a time. I'm trying to remember if I had tried to take it all the way over, or I took it over as far as I could, because I wanted to see how wide it was going to be. But then once I got out of that one, the one little creature, then what are they called? They're called EVs. Once I got out of that one EV, the next one, the color was still like super dark, but it was like a dark blue, I think. So I think that's how it's going to be. Then I think the next one over might be dark purple. I don't know. They fade really well. They're gorgeous. So yeah. So I got, you know, an hour on a project is progress, and you know, progress is good. So anyway, okay, so then number 4, I stitched May Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is so stinking adorable. So here's where it was, and here's where I'm at. So isn't that adorable? Like, I finished the little bees. I finished the, is this a stamen? The flowers, and then the blue flowers I did. Okay, so you know how there are times when you look at a pattern and you'd swear up, down, and sideways that it was a specific way, but then you start stitching it and you're like, this doesn't look right. Like, so these flowers here, if you had asked me before I started stitching it what color those flowers were, I would have told you pale pink, because for some reason it just jumps out at me as a paler pink than those. So I pulled the thread for it and I was like, this doesn't look right. It was like number, I don't remember, but I was like, why is it like teal? And I checked it several times, and then I looked at the picture. I was like, what do you know? Those flowers are blue. Let's see if I can keep it from looking at my face. And the colors are actually, they look really blue in the picture, but they're actually more of a tealy kind of minty color. So, because this color is the dark blue in this house, and it's like supposed to look like paneling, I think. So it's like one line of one shade, one line of another, and it alternates. So, but it's gonna be, look how adorable. This is like, you got a little beehive there, a little birdhouse with a little bird on the, so stinking cute. Like, who designed this? I don't know if I have that information, but they just are absolutely adorable. Whoever the genius is behind Country Cottage Needleworks, you're amazing. So, anyway. So, absolutely love that one. So stinking cute. I don't think that these little pictures do the actual design justice. And I'll talk about that later. Never mind. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5 was Joyful. This is one, just as a reminder, this is what it's gonna look like. I am stitching this on 46 count oat Bristol linen. There's embroidery linen. I don't know if that makes a difference. I was so nervous to stitch on 46 count. Like, I I couldn't even tell you. I was like, I'm gonna try stitching it, and you know, there's a chance I may need to restart this. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna look at it, I'm like, you know what, a 2/2 might be a little bulky. So let's try 1/2. And I did the math in my head. I'm like, okay, so basically we use stitch over 2, that's 23 count. I stitched 1/1 on 25 count, so it should look fine. And I started stitching it, and oh my goodness, you guys, I am absolutely in love with this. It is so beautiful. Look at that. Now this is an hour after stitching, or an hour of stitching, so I didn't get a ton done, partly because I was learning how to stitch on 46 count. But look at these flowers, aren't they beautiful? Oh goodness. I'm absolutely loving this. So there is somebody, and I don't remember who, I'll back up a little bit so you guys are like right there, like you were in the intro. I was watching that to edit it, and I was like, goodness gracious, I'm standing close to the camera. But I'm trying to remember who it is. It might be Sarah from Sarah's Stitchery. It could also be Jordan, Tattooed Stitcher. So one of them, I think, said that 46 count or around there is like their sweet spot, and they absolutely love stitching on it, and I totally understand why. It is just so delicate and beautiful, and like the colors, oh my goodness, this is like the perfect color fabric for this pattern. Like I did good. I'm sorry, I have to brag, I did good with this one. So partly because Hobby Lobby had like 0 selection when I went in, which is why I picked this up. But I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving this. So I really cannot wait to stitch on this again. So anyway, so those are my stitching hour progress. I don't know, I don't even know what I want to call that, but yeah, that's what I got done. So I do have some haul that I'd like to show you. So I really did not go on a spending spree. I just have a couple months worth of stuff that just kind of like came all at the same time. So I'm gonna start with my I'm gonna start with Heartland stuff. So I'm in their auto ship club for Country Cottage Needleworks monthly mini village, and I got July and August. Now they did not ship these out late. I had to put a couple week pause on my membership, and then I contacted them and was like, hey, can you resume it? So they shipped them out within a few days of each other. So here's July. Now this is what I was gonna say about Country Cottage Needleworks. I absolutely love their designs. I absolutely love them, but their thumbnail game needs some work. This is so tiny. Like, it is so hard to see the details of it. And I don't even know if you can see it, because it's like, stop focusing on my face. Maybe if I just like step out, I can't even tell if it's blurry or not. But anyway, I don't know. But it's like, and I keep hitting my table, I'm sorry. But it's so hard to see details because it's so small. They did, I think it was September, on Facebook, they did one that was close up. Like, you know, the frames and all the extra stuff you know, whatever. I don't care about that. I want to see the design. The one they did in September was so much better. That I was like, you know what? That's the way that you guys need to photograph these because they're so tiny. So there's July and here's August. It's like a beach scene. So I need to figure out when I'm going to start stitching these. Yeah, they're adorable. They're absolutely adorable. I love them. And like I said before, I think I'm gonna take the people out and put my dog in. So yeah, okay. So then I am also in their Wordy Birds monthly, what do they call it? Their monthly club for Wordy Birds. This also ties into my 1, 2, 3 stitch haul. So I haven't been too crazy about the colors of the linen that's coming with these because now this is not Heartland. They ship what the model is stitched on, and she uses the same fabric quite a bit. So they're cute, but I like my well, here, let me show you this. This is the July one, and look at how much blue there is in there. It's pretty, but for me, my tastes, I want a little bit more contrast with it. I used to totally be all about the matchy monotone kind of colors. And I thought it was interesting that she put peacocks in here instead of eagles, but like every single 4th of July pattern that you have has eagles. So like I totally get, you know, wanting to make it a little bit different. This is the floss with it. And I decided that I wanted to stitch this on, if you can believe it, a little bit more of a neutral fabric. So I picked up a 32 count Country French latte linen. I'm not sure who this is by, may just be Zweigart. I don't know. But look how beautiful that's gonna be. Just nice and summery. So super excited about that. So, oh, I was saying 1, 2, 3 stitch. I bought a bunch of different linens. So I believe that one came with Aqua Fresca. Yeah, here it is. 32 count Aqua Fresca linen. You've seen it. It's the same stuff that I'm stitching birthday cake on. So beautiful, absolutely love it. But I think this is like the 4th time that we've gotten Aqua Fresca. So I'm just a little over that with it. And then I also got July, August. Got the August Wordy Birds. Still adorable. Always. I love Grace Notes. Also love Grace Notes. Here's the floss. This came with 32 count Mojito Smoothie by Grace Notes. And it's green. I think it's a little bit greener than the model shows. But I was like, you know, it's August. It's kind of like the last hurrah of summer. So I want something super bright. So guys, when I say super bright, I got super bright. This is Pictures Plus 36 count in spring Edinburgh linen. You ready? Might want to put on some sunglasses for this. Here we are. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's so bright. It's so bright. Like, I'm feeling so brave right now. But I mean, how fun is that gonna be? So, very excited about this. I hope I get to start this one soon. I put it on the wheel, so it has a, you know, 1 in however many chance of being spun. Okay, so then I also got fabric for Wordy Bird's, whatever I still need fabric for. So let's show you April first. So I need to dye this one. I'm gonna do this one in a in kind of a light purplish pink one, but this is just a 32 count antique white Belfast linen that will pick up color very nicely. And so I should probably wait and show you this until. So I'm gonna dye this kind of a purplish pink color. So I use RIT dye. RIT has a website that has a ton of colors on there, and they tell you exactly what mixture you need, how much dye, how much of each color, how much water, and you can also pick like, oh, I'm gonna dye a skein of yarn, or I'm gonna dye a dishcloth, or whatever, and it'll tell you how much you need for that. So it's pretty awesome. Very convenient. Okay, I also got Wordy Birds, the one for May. Here's the Wordy Birds. I thought that was way too neutral for May. Sorry, I got a text. I'm gonna. Okay. I thought that was way too neutral for May to be on that. So I got 16 count, or sorry, the 16th yard, sorry, 32 count green and white leaves Belfast linen. So it's a little bit more lime than it's showing up, but I thought that would just be absolutely adorable. It's kind of the same idea as the February one, which I think that one had dots on it, but excited for that. And then for June, I should throw all these in my bin, which is right behind me. There we go. Try to keep clutter to a minimum. Okay, for June, this is June. It's the floss. I decided I wanted something a little oceany. So I got a 32 count Serene Belfast linen by Pictures Plus. So it's a little bit more turquoise as opposed to teal that I wanted. I wanted more like a seafoam kind of color, but I think this is gonna work. So it just like screams Florida to me. I love Florida so much. We were considering moving there, but yet again, excited for it. Can't wait to stitch that. Okay, and then the last, well, no, not really last. So then I told you in my WIP parade that I needed to frog my Eclipse one and re-dye the linen. And I decided, you know what, screw it. My time is more valuable than doing this. I'm like, I'll just pay like $6 and get a new piece of fabric. So here is what it was on before. Did I show you a picture of the Eclipse? So this one, we went to Texas in last April 2024 for the solar eclipse. And so I wanted to stitch something to kind of mark it. So this is what I started, but then when I started it, I was like, this fabric is not dark enough at all because I did not want to stitch the background. So I picked up a 28 count black Joblin even weave, and I think it's gonna look so much better on this. I've never stitched on this before. It's very interesting, but it's 28 count. I'm gonna do 1/1, and so I think it'll be nice. I'll let you know how I like stitching on this. This is on WIP Go, so it will come up at some point. And I mean, I could totally spin it as well. So there's that. Okay, so I had a couple of other full coverage pieces that I will talk about later that I wanted fabric for. So I got some 28 count, easy count Lugana for those. Why do I have this? I just picked something up and I have a... Oh, I know what I was gonna use. I'm gonna use this for Gobbler Farms by Donna Gelsinger. I decided, okay, let's have a little chat here before I continue haul. I decided that I have all these patterns and I was like, I don't know if it's better to have a stash of whips or a stash of patterns. And I decided for me, it's better to have a stash of whips because I buy these patterns, but if I don't start them, then I mean, what's the point? Whereas if I have them in progress, at least I can say that I'm working on them. So I'm gonna start Gobbler Farms by Donna Gelsinger. So in case you need to know what that looks like, here it is. So I don't know when, but I want to get that started. Okay. And then I believe my last stitchy related haul was, I decided that I wanted to try a Mill Hill kit. Sorry, I'm sitting really close to you again. And I was browsing 123 Stitch and I found these Santas that they do. These, I don't know if they're ornaments. They're not finished as ornaments, but I think I want to finish this as an ornament, and have just an entire tree of these Santas. So this is Rocky Mountain Santa, Pikes Peak Santa. I know that I've mentioned that I live close to Pikes Peak. So I'm going to start with him, see how I like him. I've never stitched on perforated paper before or anything like that. It comes with everything, comes with the perforated paper, the beads, the thread, and the pattern, of course. So I'm excited to try this. I do have a, well, I've used beads in stitching before, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so I'm excited to start this. I'll probably do all the Rocky Mountain Santas if I like this, and then branch out towards all the other ones. So they have a ton of these. So I'm excited to try this. I'll probably put this on my wheel, and you know, hope that I spin it at some point. Okay, now I have one more giveaway. If you've made it this far, God bless you. I was going through my stuff and I found this pattern. Now, I got this at Barnes & Noble. It was a tiny little kit. It says, "A book a day keeps reality away." And I have this sitting on my bookcase. It comes with the hoop, the thread, and the fabric. I pulled the trim and the little decorations. I put a little piece of scrapbook paper on the back. So this is all my just stuff from my stash, but I absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna give the pattern away. So leave me a comment. Goodness, sorry. leave me a comment, tell me what your favorite book is, and you'll be entered to win this. The same rules for this one apply. Be 18 in the United States, be over 18 and in the United States, as subscriber as well. And then yeah, excited to see who wins this. So if you want to win the April pattern, say April or drop a spring emoji. If you want to win the book one, let me know what your favorite book is. So that's it for the stitching. I'm going to talk a little bit about a book that I got, and I don't think I'll give really life updates because it's basically just been, I've been sick and I've been working on trying to reorganize my closets. That's pretty much it. So thank you for sticking around if you did. So I told you all at some point that I'm trying to collect all the Murder She Wrote books. One was released this month, so this is Murder She Wrote: A Body in Boston by Jessica Fletcher and Terry Farley Moran. And let me just refresh my memory. She's going to give a lecture at Boston Public Library. She meets up with Harry McGraw. If you know him, he was played by the guy on Murder, She Wrote, who also played Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast. His name is, I don't remember, Jerry Orbach, I think. McGraw is going to investigate this cook's daughter's boyfriend. But then the daughter comes into the bar covered in blood, and it's her boyfriend's blood, so have to, of course, Jessica's friends, family members, whatever, none of them are ever the murderer, so don't have to worry about that. She's got to figure out how to prove her innocent. So adding that one to my collection as well. I think that's it. Oh my goodness, this is the longest video in the world. I'm sorry. I guess I had a lot to say and a lot to show you. But thank you for sticking around if you did. I love you all. Please don't forget to like, put in a comment, subscribe if you haven't. That really helps me out a ton. And I will see you all next week. Mwah!